right, here we are. We're live. Welcome, welcome, everyone. We're talking about a super amazing, incredible leaf, powerful leaf. We're going to get into it. We got Andrew Moore from Guayusa.
Morning.
Yeah, if you've been into Lights Out in the last, how long we got it now? It's been at least a month?
Yeah,
weeks,
I think
2 months?
I think about 2 months, yeah.
2 months, cool. There we are. Local, if you're in Calgary, this has been being made right here in Calgary. Incredible energy beverage made from Amazonian super leaf, what we're going to get into. So thanks so much, Andrew, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and first and foremost, thank you for being all about plant medicine.
Yeah.
And what an incredible leaf, what an incredible beverage you've created out of this leaf.
Thank you.
Super stoked. Lights Out was the first kind of retailer here in Calgary to take it on, and happy to support you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You've got a business partner. Give a shout out to him too.
Yeah, Dan Boychuk, my business partner. It's him and I running the Guayusa. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's maybe start at the beginning. What inspired you to first connect with Guayusa? How did that happen? And then what inspired you to take it now to the people in this form?
Yeah. So I first heard about Guayusa when I was working at a little shop in Vancouver called the Urban Shaman.
Okay, cool. I know the one. That's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a kind of like a little hub downtown Vancouver.
Nice.
A unique little spot. I was going to university at UBC and drinking a lot of coffee and yerba mate and things like that, as people do. And study and stay focused. And everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was getting just a whole bunch of side effects. Like, from coffee, particularly from bad breath, anxiety. I would have like upset stomach and acid reflux and everything. And I was complaining to one of my colleagues that it was giving me all these problems. And he was like, well, why don't you try Guayusa? And I was like, well, what's that kind of thing? Like, what is that? He told me it's this Amazonian super leaf that's really high in caffeine and other things, an amazing biochemical mix of amino acids, antioxidants, and L-theanine. So L-theanine acts to calm the central nervous system to kind of like mitigate some of the anxiety from some of the caffeine. Yeah. And then he went on to tell me all the other things about it, which was that it is very low in tannins, which are the bitter molecule that causes coffee to be like quite bitter and give you the bad breath and stuff, and that it actually aids in digestion. So I kind of like checked all the lists and I was like, yeah, that's all the problems that I have with the caffeine and stuff. And so I ordered some the next day and kind of like full switch. Like as soon as I got it, I was like, okay, I get all the positivity and none of the side effects. And then got all excited about it, kind of like went through my summer, like never thought about coffee again. I loved the taste of it. I loved it, but it was just all of a sudden not worth it when I had this other thing, right? So then I just started looking at the market. I started looking around at what was available. I was just finishing my university degree at UBC and kind of was like, well, what do I do next?
And what did you take, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
I took a Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Systems.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a multidisciplinary degrry for psychology, philosophy, computer science, and linguistics. So it kind of like put me on this path of looking at the science and literature of things that help with cognitive function and with daily potential and stuff. And it kind of, Guayusa checked all the boxes. And so I looked at the market and I didn't find much. There were a few. There was one in particular, Guayusa ready to drink beverage. Yeah. I didn't like it. Yeah. Kind of thought that I could do better. So
no, totally. And when it comes to this plant, I've known about it for a while. I've actually been down to Ecuador into the Amazon, seen it growing.
Nice.
The first trip actually we brought back quids of it. So leaves like folded over.
Then, like, disappeared.
It was in this big ring of like all these things. And then
so cool.
Customs took it.
No.
It was the worst. I was so stoked.
Oh no.
And I've had friends get into Guayusa like big time.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest. So for me, and you mentioned your story about coffee, right? Like I'm not a coffee drinker because I'm better than you. No, just joking. That's the joke between my wife and I, right? Yeah. And I fully acknowledge that we each have maybe a stimulating beverage that works for us.
Yeah.
Because each one of it's so unique in its character.
Yeah.
Like I love yerba mate.
Yeah.
I'm actually just super getting into Camellia sinensis, like green tea.
Like actual tea,
I'm loving that. Really works for me. And I think a big part of that is the L-theanine.
Yeah.
That crossover. What an amazing molecule, right?
Oh,
yeah. The calm, alert, focus.
Yeah.
And but Guayusa had some friends get so into it, like shamanically into it, where they would, and at work too, right? Like they would brew it up so strong. Like all you'd have to do is just, I just have to smell it, and I'd go like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
like,
I know the feeling for
too
sure.
much. But I think you've actually really nailed it. Like I have fell in love with Guayusa again through these drinks.
Great, awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Like it's not too strong. It's just the right kind of strength for everyone, and it's not overwhelming, because this is a power plant.
It absolutely is, yeah. I think it's like, I saw one piece of literature that pointed at Guayusa as being the strongest source by weight of caffeine.
Yeah.
And so it's like stronger than coffee and Yerba Mate and these things. And so it has that power, but then it has that smoothness because of the polyphenols, the antioxidants, and the theanine and stuff. So yeah, it's got that balance, which is really, really nice.
One thing I haven't studied enough of is Guayusine. Do you know much about that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so there's like in mate, there's matine, sister molecule.
Yeah.
Guayusa, there's Guayusine, I believe.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be a research point then, for sure. Absolutely. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah. So cool. It's cool. Even though there is caffeine, right? What are those kind of sister molecules that it contains, and they have different actions on the body, right? Caffeine is a nervous system stimulant, but if you got something that's kind of simultaneously relaxing it, or chocolate, which is theobromine is the main. Exactly. That's more cardiovascular system.
Yeah. Guayusa actually has theobromine in it as well.
What?
And theophylline. So those are two other.
It's got it all going on.
Yeah. So it's like, they kind of say that it's like more caffeine than coffee, like the euphoria of chocolate and like the calmingness of like I don't know, like what would you
like calmingness of green tea.
But like a green tea, like a matcha has L-theanine and stuff as well. But
well, that's why people love it so much.
Yeah.
Like we got people coming in like every week, a couple times a week, and grabbing a bottle of this.
Great. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. And we do have it, on the shelf as kind of a bulk loose leaf herb.
Yeah.
And but yeah, folks are drawn to that kind of ready-made, done. You've nailed it from a chemistry perspective, right? Just from my own experience, not only the feeling of it, but also the flavors. You got some great flavors going on. We've got the ginger lemon, the berry mojito, the white peach. Without degrading it, I want to say that the white peach is like, I were to pull out someone like completely brand new, right? They're drinking Snapple.
Yeah.
I would say this isn't too far off in terms of like a familiarity of flavor of like, hey, this is like your Snapple iced tea, and that
totally.
And I mean that in the best way possible.
No, of course. I mean, like that's, I think like the intro of Guayusa for sure. It's kind of like the most like normal, like, I mean, because ginger and mint, which is in the berry mojito, can be quite strong flavors.
Yeah.
And so some people really like it, some people are averse to it, but the white peach is just really kind of like middle ground, kind of like just enjoyable. It's a smooth, enjoyable drink kind of thing. And
for sure.
Yeah.
And when it comes to sugars, right, you've really kind of lowered the glycemic index here.
Yeah.
So it does have a little bit of organic cane sugar, some stevia, because if you go 100% stevia, you
lose some people.
Yeah, you lose some people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a nice kind of mid-round in that regard.
Yeah, and that's what we tried to do. Like most of the ingredients in this are organic. So I mean, we source like all the Guayusa organic. We try and balance each one with a different set of complementary teas as well. So the white peach has a tulsi in it, which is also anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, and it's also delicious. So it's kind of like calming in the way that L-theanine and other teas are as well. So there's been some experimenting to get the flavors just right, but I think that we're really happy with this flavor line, and that all kind of happened last year. Like it was last summer. I was just finishing up my degree. I came back, and Dan is a good friend of mine. Has been since high school, and we've played in bands together and everything. So
cool. You're a musician as well.
Yeah. So we played in Calgary a bunch, so like all the venues and whatnot, and we knew that we worked really well together. So I kind of came back and was like, Dan, I found this new thing. Like, you gotta try it. He tried it. He loved it. And then I was like, then I gave him the pitch. It's kind of like, all right, so here's the idea. We're gonna make a drink.
Cool. So this is literally like a year old.
I mean, and I actually went back and finished one more semester at UBC too in between. So it was kind of like, it hasn't quite been a full year of like full time, but like him and I, it was like many long days and nights, like just brewing. Yeah, Guayusa Field. We call it this company the perpetual motion machine, because it's just kind of like we just kind of,
Yeah.
it does. Like, the more we work at it, the more it like gives back to us, and it's just kind of like unfolding. It's really, really exciting.
Yeah, cool. Let's talk a little bit more of the plant, like where it comes from, and you know, you've obviously brought in some context from Peru.
Yep.
And there's a deeper connection there for you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely. We tried to honor like the roots of Guayusa as much as possible. Like try and give it the full South American flair from the stylized bottles. We used like what we call kind of like the Shipibo visionary artwork and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is like largely obviously plant medicine inspired as well. Like that's like an ayahuasca like visionary type of art. And yeah, the name Guayusa as well. That's inspired from the Quechua word for the power from the medium-sized rivers that run crystal clear. Like, yeah, the Quechua people and the Jivaro people are the two most notable first users of Guayusa. They're both from the Ecuadorian region of the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah.
They would use it. They would drink it first thing in the morning, in the pre-dawn morning, to recall their dreams and talk about them. They do like as a type of pseudo psychoanalysis. They thought that the dream states held like a lot of information about the subtle psyche that they would kind of reflect on. Yeah. The Jivaro would also use it as like a pre-hunting ritual. They would kind of envision the hunt that they'd be going to during the day and try and connect with the animals that they were hunting as well. Yeah. And then the word Guayusa means Guayusa, and Mama is obviously like mother, protector, spirit, energy. And they thought that you could kind of cultivate the power of the river by drinking Guayusa first thing pre-dawn in the morning, and then jumping into the river to kind of like get the subtle energy of the river. And they said that you had to do that before the hummingbird bathed in the river and got it. And so it's like, yeah, that was kind of like the lore inspired by that. And we just connected with that. We really, really liked that. And I wanted to kind of like, again, bring as much awareness and information of the historical roots of Guayusa as possible, rather than kind of like just taking it and being like, it's caffeine kind of thing. You know? Because that kind of like happens as well. So yeah, there's a heritage, there's a sacredness, there's traditions that, you know, exist that you're bringing to the forefront, and we can all then create our own new traditions. Love that idea of like first thing eating the Guayusa, that kind of dream recall. Yeah, cool. What a great way to start the day, especially with the river dip too. Absolutely, that'll wake you up. The two of them, that'll definitely wake you up. It's true. When you hit that river, it's kind of like, whoa. I'm awake. Yeah. So a friend of mine that's super into the Guayusa, he's been doing exactly that midday as well too, right? Yeah. Because I mean, it's so refreshing. It is. This is honestly one of my go-tos. We've had some major heat in August here, and it's been nice. So yeah, it's definitely been part of my daily routine. Great. Yeah. Oh, glad to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Cool. So yeah, I mean, again, along the historical roots, I guess, like, it's been used for a long time too. Like, I mean, the first time that it was seen, I guess, like recorded history or whatever, was I think it was Richard Evan Schultes. Yeah. Or somebody found that they found like a medicine man's pouch or a shaman's pouch from like 100-year-old remains. And there was a bundle of Guayusa in there. So at least been like cultivated and used for about 1,500 years. So yeah, that's amazing. Have you read the book One River by Richard Evan Schultes? Oh, no, by Wade Davis. By Wade Davis, yeah. So his mentor, Richard Evan Schultes, who basically spurred on the psychedelic revolution. Yeah. Yeah. So who was in his, he was a professor. Yeah. Several notable people. So he was one of the first people down there as an ethnobotanist, not just in South America. That book, One River, is about that. Yeah. But he's been on so many different journeys, and I heard he used to have a little bowl of peyote buttons for his students to take as homework assignments. Wade Davis or Schultes? Schultes. Yeah. He's the grandfather of ethnobotany, right? I mean, he's like one of the first, just like explorers, Superman, just doing the taxonomy of like many different plants and kind of like, you know, stitching our worlds together from those ancient South American roots, well, all over the world, like you said, and Wade Davis too, right? Like the explorer in chief or whatever of a National Geographic and stuff. So, I've written so many good books. That one is definitely one of my top all-time favorite books. Yeah, it's great. I purchased that book and I got signed by Wade Davis at the Plant Spirit Conference in Vancouver. Right. But unfortunately, it's been in a box because I've moved so many times. You'll started a company. Yeah, totally. But now, it's on deck now then. Yeah. Cool. Right on. Okay, well, let us know. Have you ever heard about Guayusa? Post your comments down below. Love to hear from you. And we'll have Dan and Andrew, hop on. They'll share any comments, answer any questions.
let us know. And if you haven't tried it, yeah, come on down to Lake Cellar. And you are, do you do direct as well? I know you're starting to get into more and more health food stores.
Yep, yeah, we do direct sales from our website, wasteofmama.ca, and we offer free delivery within Calgary.
Amazing. Yeah, cool. Right on. Okay. Anything else you want to share before we sign off?
No, I mean, honestly, we covered that. I really appreciate the support. And yeah, head to wasteofmama.com to try some for sure.
Cool. Amazing. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.